lightning. I got this feeling I can summon up lightning. I got this feeling and just what it is God only knows. But here it goes. Stood on a sea of rain. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. I'll be back on my feet again, 'cause I am a mountain. I'm really sorry for some things I said along the way. I really love you, I just didn't like myself that day. I got this feeling I can summon up lightning. I got this feeling I was falling, now I'm flying. I got this feeling and just what it is God only knows. So here it goes. Stood on a sea of pain. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. I'll be back on my feet again, 'cause I am a mountain. Everyone take it aim. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. I'll be back on my feet again, 'cause I am a mountain. And before I was dying, I feel it inside. Now I'm flying. Everyone take it aim. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. My love for you will remain, 'cause I am a mountain.
Hey folks, welcome to the tutorial section of this video talking about Coldplay's I Am a Mountain. If you've come here right after watching my cover of the song, you might have already noticed this, but I actually used two different acoustic guitars in two different tunings. We'll focus on what I call the main acoustic guitar. If you just want a straight rundown of all the chords, I did include them in the music video. Now, why do I call this guitar right here the main guitar? First of all, talking about the tuning, this is tuned to EACGBC. And actually, I've already done a full 20-minute video on this tuning alone because Chris has been using this one so much recently. It's included in 3 Moon music songs as well. Feels Like I'm Falling in Love, I Am a Mountain, and Jupiter as well. But how can I be so sure that this is the tuning? Because the studio version is so full of layers and layers of instruments. The acoustic guitar is essentially transformed into a percussive element in that you can barely hear individual frets and chords anymore. It's almost just like it's part of the drum kit, which is just a very common thing that happens in these kinds of big productions, right? But I still am 100% sure that this is a tuning that is at least in part used on the studio version, not because I'm a psychic or because I have access to the stems or anything like that. It's nothing like that. But instead, there was a video, actually an Instagram reel, which the band put out, I think before the album even came out, and it shows the band apparently recording the outro to I'm a Mountain. I'll just show you a still image just so that you can find it yourself. Posted on June 9th But yeah, I do recommend you check this out. We can see Chris playing the outro like this. And everything else, well, obviously you kind of have to put together. Going from there, if you have the tuning, then there are just some things you can just deduce from that, and that's kind of what I did. And this is what I'm going to show you now. Talking about the intro, we have the regular studio version, full band, wall of sound, production style. Then we have the stripped down piano version, just piano and vocals. And if you did check out my version of the song, my cover of the song, you might have noticed that I've kind of blended the versions together, right? Because in my version, I use the intro of the piano only version, which is not the same as the intro of the regular studio version. The acoustic only version, and my version as well, start on what I call the main riff of the song, which is this part. And then we go into the verse. And that is the main riff. Even in the regular studio version, it occurs, 2 or 3 times? 3 times, right? In the piano version, it gets an additional appearance as the intro. The studio version starts on this super mysterious chord, and if you want to emulate that on just one acoustic guitar, you can do that as well. Even though the acoustic guitars on the studio version, they just start the song on the home chord, palm muting it with this hand, so you don't want to play open strings like this, but like this. So use this part of your hand and place it right next to the saddle here. On the studio version, the recorded guitars just play this. And it continues like that. Very easy, basic, constant downstroke strumming pattern. You can put some emphasis into it because that's kind of what the piano does. The piano in the piano-only version also kind of just hammers the chords, but there is a certain emphasized pattern in there, kind of like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and but that's not necessary. You can also just do totally unemphasized quiver note downstrokes. But if you do want to play that mysterious chord, yeah, there it is. This is it, right? It's between the 5. This is our 5 here. This is the suspended 4th. But we're right in between these 2 notes. Now, if you want to play that as a full chord, you can do it like this, just on the D, G, and B string, on the 10th fret of the B string. You can also include a lower octave of this diminished 5 note, 12th fret on the A string. And if you want to get a little crazier still with it, you can put your pinky finger on the 12th fret of the G string. And that is full on dramatic and mysterious. I got this feeling. Again, in the studio version, I'm pretty sure that the acoustic guitars just play our home chord, this C5 chord, right? I got this feeling, and just what it is, God only knows. Now, on the God only knows, right, I do play a different chord, which looks like this. It's actually a reduced form of an F major. You can also use your thumb here on the 1st fret of the low E string. I got this feeling, and just what it is, God only knows. Now, just by itself like that, it doesn't sound too good because the chord is actually a C sus4. You would play it like this. I got this feeling, and just what it is, God only knows. I got this feeling, and I think I'm seeing thunderbolts. That's kind of awkward transitioning from this C major back to the C5. So yeah, I just did this C5 into F major, but we're just keeping the bass as C. So I guess it's an F major over C. Alright, now on to the pre-chorus. Something interesting about that part is that in the studio version, it kind of sounds like the harmony is F into C over E. I got this feeling and now nothing is frightening. I got this feeling I can sum it up lightning. But if you listen to the piano version, the piano only version, it's very clearly a different harmony. I use this F sus2 chord. I got this feeling and now nothing is A minor into G sus4 or whatever. I got this feeling and now nothing is frightening. I got this feeling I can sum it up lightning. I got this feeling and just what it is. And now on the third phrase you want to stay on this A minor chord, and then, well, I use this chord G5, or kind of seems to be a G5. God only knows. Now you want to lift your hand, lifting the palm mute. God only knows. That little flourish there at the end is optional. I do like to play it, and I did include it in my version. And I also like it because there's kind of a through line with the way I play this acoustic guitar, but also the way that the single solo piano plays, and that is that it plays chords, plays the harmony, but it also always kind of includes the lead vocal melody, essentially. You'll see, especially when we talk about the chorus, that that's just something that all instruments kind of do. Even the drums kind of follow the way that the vocal melody works. The chorus seems so inaccessible at first. Check out the drums. It appears that it switches between rhythms, which it really doesn't. It does consistently stay in a 4/4 time signature. But yeah, the drum pattern works in a way that it seems it just kind of throws you off the first few times you listen to it, which is cool about the song, right? But it's not the drum pattern, it's everything. It's all the instruments, and it's the vocals as well. That was kind of, for me at least, the access point, the gateway to understanding how to play the chorus. Now we'll slow it down. Alright, we're starting on dum 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 dum. So 3 sets of 2 downstrokes for each chord. Dum, 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 dum. Now, a variation time. What I did is that I've once again included these dum 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 emphasized downstrokes, which is what the rhythm piano, quote unquote rhythm piano, in the piano only version does. But that's kind of not what I hear the acoustic guitars do in the studio version. I do prefer this emphasized version, right? Now, dum, dum, dum. 3 downstrokes. What you can already maybe tell you is that we're sort of following the melody of the lead vocal, right? with that in mind, in a way, it should help you sort of automatically follow along with the chords, right? Let's check it out again. Once again, I include these flourishes here. Well, flourishes basically just following along with the lead vocal melody, right? It's not necessary. You can absolutely just skip past that and play regular chords. Then on the studio version we move into the main riff, which in the piano only version we did already have at the beginning of the song, but I'll just show you that part again. Home chord 6 6 6 5 3 5 6 5 1 1 1 6 6 6 5 3 5 6 5 1 1 1. The thing about that is, and this is one of the reasons why I prefer the other tuning, which I'm about to show you, is that for this part that is so dynamic with these super intense emphasized hits, bam, 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 right? It's kind of a shame that in this tuning, you kind of have to watch out not to play the open A string because that kind of ruins it. In the other tuning though, that is not necessary. You can just use all 6 strings and play that part so loudly and so dynamically. It's more fun, honestly. All right, here it is, different guitar, completely different tuning. This is open E flat major. The idea is you tune the strings in a way that if you play open strings, a fully formed major chord, E flat, B flat, E flat, G, the only string that we leave in standard tuning, and then again another B flat and E flat. If that sounds a little familiar in this tuning to you, that is because Chris does use open D major tuning for Humankind. The other parts as well, the verse, it sounds so nice. I got this feeling and just what it is, God only knows. I got this feeling and I think I'm seeing thunderbolts. I got this feeling and now nothing is frightening. I got this feeling I can summon up lightning. I got this feeling and just what it is, God only knows. So here we go. Chorus again, super slowly. Alright folks, that's it. Enough said about I'm a Mountain. Well, that's it just from my end. If you do have questions, please hit me up in the comments below. Thank you for your support. It means so much to me. I really, really appreciate it. See you on the next video. Joe Zealand is out.